while Ryan is becoming a star on the pitch, his brother Rodri is climbing the ranks at United too. Unfortunately, his talents on the field aren't quite up to the family name, so he instead decides to join the United hooligan firm, the Red Army. So he says that he was hanging out with these sort of quite rough group of guys. They'd go around robbing cars, robbing motorbikes, and they'd arrange these meetups with rival firms before matches, or sometimes they just ambush them.
Love it.
And yeah, he's doing a lot of fighting. He ends up leaving the firm after one night in Blackburn, where they get ambushed by the Blackburn Ultras, and they're in the middle of nowhere. It's pitch black. This huge fight breaks out, and he says he could just see people getting stabbed all around him, and he's sort of like, just don't fancy this really. And
he's like a teenager as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's younger than Ryan.
Yeah, he's sort of 18, 19
Right.
at this point.
Yeah.
And I mean, it sounds pretty terrifying.
Yeah,
I would definitely back out. So Rodri decides at this point to stick to slightly safer crimes, and in 1996 he's caught stealing $2,500 from Ryan's bank account. So the two of them are living together at this point in this house that Ryan's bought, and Rodri finds out the PIN number for Ryan's cash card, which is a very 90s sentence.
Cash card.
And when Ryan goes away to play away matches, Rodri gets into the habit of treating himself to 250 quid for the weekend.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, in the 90s, that would yeah. I mean, looking at Rodri's lifestyle and habits, I think you burn through 250 quite quickly.
It's not just the Dominoes and a Blockbuster rental.
No, there's
Cuck chairs aren't cheap. But we'll get to that.
That's part two.
yeah. But Ryan eventually finds out about what's going on, and they have this big blow up in a restaurant in Manchester. So one of the other restaurant goers tells the story to the press, and it says, the brothers stepped outside to settle their differences. Ryan snapped and hit him in the face. Rodri hit him back on the chin. Then Ryan started throwing stones at him.
Stones?
Rodri tried dodging behind a car, but ended up with a cut lip and an aching leg. I love the throwing stones.
Not
it's
rocks, stones.
Where's he getting
Handfuls of
stones?
gravel.
Yeah.
Rodri cowering by someone's car's just getting battered. Stones.
I also like that Rodri ended up with a cut lip and an aching leg. How do you know he had an aching leg? Surely you must have to. I mean, maybe it was Rodri who told the story.
He did
He woke up the next morning with a sore thigh.
Yeah, I think he did used to tell stories about Ryan.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
Ned Kelly, friend of the pod, who was the United security chief in the 90s, in his book, he says that Rodri he would sort of sell anything.
And the brothers really fall out after this incident. They end up ignoring each other at their stepfather's funeral. So really a lot of bad blood. Although there might have been another element to that, because in 1996 the Sunday People newspaper reveal that Ryan and Rodri have, in their words, shared 4 different women.
Oh,
Which is a quite generous way of saying that Ryan had been nicking Rodri's girlfriends, basically. So yeah, like we said, the signs were there for a while.
Yeah.
This article says that the latest in that list of women is Hollyoaks star Davinia Murphy. So Rodri had been dating her before, and then Ryan does. So apparently Ryan had seen them chatting one night and asked Rodri for an introduction, and they instantly hit it off. It says they became joined at the hip and very intense.
Ryan and her.
Ryan and Davinia.
I'm sorry, was she going out with Rodri before?
They were. I'm not sure how. I don't think they were very serious. I think Rodri was actually okay with like introducing her to Ryan.
Can I have an introduction to your girlfriend?
Yeah, you can meet her, sure, yeah.
One of Davinia's friends then sells her story. There's a lot of selling stories to the press here. She said, it was all a bit embarrassing for Rodri, especially as he was living in the same house as Ryan at the time. He was not at all jealous, but by all accounts, Davinia is quite noisy in bed. A couple of times, Rodri asked her to try and be quiet when she was making love to his brother because he felt a little bit uncomfortable.
So hang on, they're living together again.
They're living together and
Probably not speaking, but living together. And the only words Ryan said to him all year is, "Can I have an introduction to your girlfriend?"
Oh my
Who he then
God.
shags in the next door.
Yeah.
Sorry, the minute my brother steals one girlfriend from me,
Yeah.
I'm moving out.
I think he clearly missed the chance. It's like when you forget to ask someone's name, and then you're like, it's too embarrassing to then be like, "What's your name?" Sorry. It's like he missed a chance to be like, ground rules probably don't sleep with her, maybe, and now it's too embarrassing to,
They're
to say
mid
that.
shag, and you're like, I can't go in now. And be
That's
like,
rude.
No, you can't have an introduction. I take back the introduction.
Yeah.
What's Davina thinking about? Do you know? Is it Davina? Davina.
I think it's Davinia.
I looked her up. She
Yeah.
played Jude Cunningham for Hollyoaks fans, which did ring a bell. I recognise the face, but is it not quite weird from her perspective to be dating a guy and then be like, well, his brother's sort of a more successful version. I'm just gonna upgrade.
Well, she's got a type.
And they look very similar, especially when
Yeah.
they've both got short hair, right?
Yeah,
They could be non-identical twins.
Yeah, Rodri looks like an actor playing, right?
Right. Yeah.
She's had to deal with his whole life.
Yeah.
You can see how it's all like Rodri does some bad stuff in this story, as we'll come on to, but it must be hard. Like, he sort of like played a bit for Torquay, I think, and it never really worked out. And like, presumably your money is all coming from the brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're sort of depending on him, and like, you want the nice life.
Which is why he's letting him get away with shagging his girlfriends.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Do you think Ryan views it in those terms?
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's just like, might is right, and I'm the stronger man here because
Yeah.
I'm famous.
Yeah. Well, it works out for him.
4 different women in 96.
Apparently so.
Right.
If you take the Sunday People's
Yeah,
word for
and
it.
I for one.
Which I do. Yeah.
In 1998, despite Rodri having a slightly tough existence, his rogue ways do turn quite ugly. So one night he's in the pub out late and he gets into a fight with these 2 guys, and it turns pretty ugly. They have to be separated. And Rodri says later that he thinks they followed him home. And home in this instance is his mum's cottage, where he's staying. So Ryan and Rodri's mum, Lynn, she lives in this cottage with their younger sister. Luckily, Lynn was out that night because Rodri goes home, having been followed, all a bit weird, goes to bed, and he's woken in the middle of the night by the sound of a petrol bomb being thrown through the letterbox. And the whole house goes up in flames. Rodri has to jump out the window to escape the fire. Oh my God. So it's like a really nasty fire. The house is like very badly burned. Obviously pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially for poor Lynn, who's like, that's her house.
So he's presumably been kicked out by Ryan.
Or he's sick of hearing his ex-girlfriend shagging his brother. And it's finally his 4 ex-girlfriends shagging his brother. He's not doing any more intros. So he's moved into his mum's cottage, where I'm sure she's delighted to have him. And her payment for putting him up is having her house burnt to the ground.
God,
Pretty
their
scary,
whole family life is just chaotic, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, like, I haven't got into many arguments in the pub, but like a petrol bomb through the letterbox is a bit over the top.